No, I know, but I'm just sort of setting up and that Deshaun Watson stuff also came out early in the week that he says he's not interested. He's not going to waive his no trade to come to Philly. So there was a lot going on.
Yeah, where do you want to begin?
Your thoughts.
We need picks today. We need
your thoughts.
Need to tell me what happened, what's going on in this North Carolina game before I get out of here.
Oh, right? Virginia Tech, North Carolina tonight. Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Any sharp action that you've seen? So think about that. All right.
Well, everybody's going to be all over the Tar Heels.
I would,
that because of the hype of Sam Howell and Mac Brown and all. Yeah.
13,694 tickets in as of yet. Collected by the Action Network. 73% of the bets, accounting for 79% of the money on that line.
North Carolina?
Yeah. I'd be inclined to do that. All right, so let's look at Minshew, right? I didn't have any issue, any problem with that. I am not impressed by any means at what I saw from Joe Flacco as far as like him standing out as a quarterback in the NFL anymore. He was a backup quarterback running mostly backup to vanilla first team reps, and there was some ups, some downs, but nothing that I would want to rely on by any means. Gardner Minshew is a very interesting situation. We see guys like this where you step into a backup role already having starter experience. He's not bad if you look at the touchdown to interception ratio that he has in his career in the NFL, which means that even under bad teams with bad coaching and good talent around him, he's been able to make the right decision more often than not, especially from like a scoring to turnover scenario. So I think you're getting a guy right now that's twofold. One, that is a really good, competent backup. I think this is as good of a backup as the Eagles have had in a while. And yes, I'm talking about Nick Foles in the mix as well. The other part of it is, while I'm not rooting for this, and I hope people are not rooting for this, including after a week one struggle, which is inevitable after having no preseason, but if Jalen Hurts gets hurt, that's all I'm saying. Like, there should be no pulling of Jalen Hurts for Gardner Minshew this year. If Jalen Hurts gets hurt, like let's say you are, 5-3. Let's say you're 5-3 and Jalen Hurts has to miss 2 weeks, which is a very likely scenario.
5-3 is a likely scenario with the start of the schedule?
I'm saying that Jalen Hurts would have to miss 2 weeks for injury.
Okay.
Let's just say, though, hypothetically, right? Let's say you're 4-4, okay? All of a sudden, you're in the division. Like, you're Phillies, Mets good. You're not good in the league, but you're Phillies, Mets good. Hey, I would rather have Gardner Minshew than any of the other bodies, any of the other vessels that they've brought in here to throw a football. I think you're in really good shape if that's the case. So I love the idea of Minshew being here because I'm not threatened as a Jalen Hurts fan, Barrett.
Well, I mean, come on, man. You just go. Joe is he's not that old that he can't hose it a little bit. He'd be a great stopgap to come in, man. A great stopgap to come in and win you a couple of games and get on back out, bro.
I
can't see him. I can't say that he can come in and Minshew can outplay him. At this point, I can't say that. I cannot say that.
I can say from the standpoint of what I saw from Joe Flacco that I'm willing to accept anybody being bad. Look, here's another thing, though. Let me appeal to you, right? How much does the offense truly change if you bring in a mobile backup versus somebody like Flacco that you really can't move around a lot? Come on now, Barrett. Gardner, you can move around a lot.
You have to change your whole coaching theory, your whole coaching philosophy when Flacco gets in the game. With Minshew, you can kind of keep it kind of similar. You can run the RPOs, you can run the zone reads, things like that. You don't want to do it, you don't want a heavy dose of it, but you can at least run it with Minshew. You're not running any of that with Joe Flacco. None of that. In fact, you will run the same offense you ran in the preseason for Joe Flacco. It'd be none of the stuff we're going to see come September 12th. It's going to be a totally new defense and a new offense that you're going to be looking at with the Philadelphia Eagles. I promise you. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
You can put your money on that. It's going to be totally different. You're like, when they start running that? I mean, is that a play? I mean, that's a pretty good play. You're going to get all that vanilla stuff's going to be out the door. You're going to see a lot of stuff that you hadn't seen. It's going to be like a total night and day as far as offensive schematically and defense.
Well, yeah, that's because they didn't want to show anything in the preseason. We have no idea what they're going to run.
Nothing.
Seriously.
Well, I kind of have an idea, but defensively, I have no idea.
How much are they going to run?
That's what I want to know.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing,
Miles
run the
Sanders,
ball, period.
Yeah. Why not? You've got two backs you can run a lot with, right?
Who?
Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell.
I think Gainwell's more of a pass catching guy right now, isn't he?
Then look, if that's the case, apparently Miles Sanders has been dropping a lot of footballs.
Right.
So that's not boding well for That's not boding well for Kenny Gainwell.
Well, that's what puzzled me about the fact that they only kept 3 on the active roster.
That's why we didn't quite understand
why guys, man.
What's that?
Barrett, what you say?
So you see a lot of 21 personnel, 2 backs in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, would it surprise you if you got not a lot, but if you got a decent, and meaning like, okay, how about this over the field, meaning let's say the NFL runs 8% of this formation. Would it surprise you if the Eagles ran 15% 22 personnel and put Ertz, Goddard, 2 backs in the backfield, especially if you can move one of them around?
Not at all. Because when you with that personnel pack with like 21 personnel, 2 backs and 1 tight end, you can actually run 22 personnel, 2 backs and 2 tight ends, and really have an open offense, that you can pass from when you put Gainwell out on the outside, put Ertz in at the slot, have Smith on one side, and then have Dallas Goedert lined up at the conventional tight end position. And then in the backfield, you got the threat of running, with Miles Sanders. That's a pretty good spread offense that you can run. You can do a lot from that personnel package. And then the defense has to respect that and put a heavier type of defense in, meaning another linebacker in or running their base front. And you can pass on the base front all day because you don't have the guys that can cover. You can treat Gainwell like a legitimate receiver. So, man, that's a great way to get the advantage as far as athleticism on the field against a base defense. That's a great philosophy. I can see them doing that. Will they do it? I don't know, but that's a great philosophy on how to take advantage of schematically of personnel packages on defenses.
I don't know. It's interesting how they haven't done anything. We haven't really got anything from the joint practices.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like starter Minshew, 22 personnel. We playing wing T, baby. Wing T football.
The idea is that you wouldn't have a stacked backfield with 2 tight ends unless it's a short yardage situation, but that you can move both Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell. You can put them in motion. You can create a different set just with the personnel out there. So
yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mean, as far as Gainwell's concerned, go back and look at Nyheim Hines for the Colts. To me, he's that player on this offense. And he, in his rookie year and his 3rd year, he's only played 3 years, had 63 receptions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's heavy use.
Yes, it is.
The quarterback that they have this year is... And look, it's not to say that they didn't throw the ball at all to Taylor. It's just that Taylor was out there specifically to run the football.
Well, they didn't really work him in until the second half of the season anyway, because he was a rookie.
Injury, right.
Yeah, and he's hurt. Yeah.
Well, now that's reversed, right? So what stands to reason? Carson Wentz, we know, has to get the ball out as fast as humanly possible. Right?
Yeah.
Also because there's another injury to that offensive line at the tackle position.
Well, yeah, they're banged up there. They don't have the deep threat. T.Y. Hilton's hurt.
Yeah, he's out for the year. There's no way that
he's got a neck injury, like a disc injury.
Yeah. I can't imagine that kid plays this year, which is a shame because this was supposed to be a big bounce back year. But anyway, there are also, to be fair, there are 3 other guys on that team that are hurt or completely out at the wide receiver position, playing with some sort of tag next to their name on Sunday. Point being, a week from Sunday. Point being, though, real quick, I think what you're going to see is a lot more throwing to Taylor this year, because he's arrived as that bell cow with Hines in the backdrop, whereas they're not just going to take Taylor off the field as much. I think that could have been Sanders, but for whatever reason, he was dropping so many footballs in camp. It's probably going to be a lot of 3rd down at Gainwell.
Yeah, I agree. But I just make the parallel to, where Gannon was and how they utilized a similar type back, because Hines is that player. I mean, I remember him at NC State. He's very similar to what Gainwell was.
Yeah,
absolutely.
In his 1 year at Memphis.
You should be throwing as much as possible, man. You know, like Hurts running the football should be a luxury at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying keep him in the pocket by any means. I'm just saying, like, you know, you want to have a design run, whatever, that's fine, but abuse what you can with that short to midfield. You know, like the flat to midfield, right?
I just want him to hand the ball off. Just hand it off, man. You know, just give offense. I mean, give the defense a threat of running a rock at any time. Hand the ball off, man. I mean, it's almost like a cuss word to run the ball in Philadelphia. I want him to change all that. Just hand the damn ball